Good afternoon everyone. Today's lecture is for platform independent reporting. Now this is reporting using HTML. Now what this lecture is all about. This lecture will provide you introduction about that how could you develop a reporting services which is platform independent and could be edited at runtime. Now why to use this reporting? As Crystal report require a very heavy setup to be installed, they are not editable on runtime. You can only set their margins. You cannot set their margins, header and footer, etc. on runtime. Now, what are the requirements for this kind of reporting services? It just need a web browser control and dataset or directly data from database connection. Now, how .NET support these reporting services? .NET provide a web browser control. It is a stage base of Internet Explorer. Provide procedure to operate with HTML document. Now, how could you create these kind of reports? Steps for these reporting services are: create data connection, import data into dataset or query data directly using data reader, create HTML document, open it into a web browser control. Now coming to the practical application, I want to show you a project, software which is using this reporting services. I have installed this software. Payments. Ledger is now in this. No. Okay, wait a second. Sorry. Like I am printing its detail now. Here you see a report. This is a report based over HTML document. This is, if you see, this is just an HTML document and displayed in this control. This control is in web browser control provided by .NET. Now why to use this control? I want to show a demo of an software. I have a software based over Crystal reporting services, and I would make you show the problem in Crystal reports. Now if you see, when I take a print in a Crystal report, we cannot edit it at runtime, we cannot set its margin at runtime, and even it takes some time to be get loaded. And one thing more, if I want to export this report in an Excel format like 123, then you would see that the whole report is distorted. It is not properly been exported to Excel. Now I would make you check. Okay, now when I check the the Excel sheet is whole distorted. The report is as it is printed on Excel sheet. None of the report content is placed in head, column and row combination of this. Now how this reporting services works? When now I want to show for sorry I want to show you an example that how this export and Excel export. Now I just have to right click on it, and then I have to select export to Excel, and I have to select import, and now you would see the whole data is been exported in proper order in a row and column order. Now how is this possible? Because HTML table tag is very well supported in Excel and Microsoft Office components. The table contents are been exported as an each and every cell of a table is been exported in one cell of Excel sheet. Now coming to the preview of this, in Crystal report we cannot edit margin and report header and footer. Now in this we could change our margin settings at runtime. We could uh, specify header and footer, like I want to specify and page number on left hand side on header. Now here you could see a page number, here is the header middle section, here footer middle section. You could change the page on runtime. This is also supported in Crystal report also, but editing header and footer and margins is not been supported in Crystal reports. Now as we have seen that it has very good support in exporting data into Excel. It has support also support export to HTML and MST format. Like I want to export in MST format. I prefer MST format because first of all it is platform independent. It could be open in any of the browser. No operating system foundation are there. Secondly, it contains all the settings and all the files which are needed to be for formatting of this sheet, this HTML document. It just create an package of whole CSS files and images in itself, and then it just load them. Now, how this reporting services is we can create this reporting services. First of all, I have to close this. Okay, now coming to the practical demo, coming to the same software which I have shown you. No, sorry, this is another software. Now I will show you how this is created. This is a report page. Whenever we want to create this this report, we just have to pass and any uh, necessary values or necessary things which help us to query database. Like in this, I just need an ID of an employee or some broker for generating reports. For this, when I get an ID, I could select date 2 and date range from a table using this ID, and after that I could select a whole content. I just have to do now after this I just have to do I have to write tags at runtime on this rich text box. Basically this is rich text box which is not visible on runtime. I have to create write text on runtime on this text box as normal text. Now you think that it would be very complicated if we code this. No, it is not a very complicated thing. It is very easy because we have to just write HTML beginner text in one time only. We don't have to write again and again. For HTML cell and columns, table cell and column, we just have to create a looping structure. If you are good in control structures, then it would be very easy for you to create such a report. After writing this, the whole HTML content, HTML syntax onto a rich text box, we just have to save it as an HTML document like a.html, 1.html, or any name you want to specify. After then, after the file is saved, we have just passed and command and procedure of this web browser control that it has to open, it has to navigate to this document. Like I have created with a id name plus .html, and after that I have commanded web browser 1 control to navigate over this page, and then after I have make restrict box visible equal to false. Then after this it will automatically load that HTML page in this web browser control, and it would look like a full fledged report. Now discussing its advantages. As we have seen, this report is platform independent. It could be exported to any PC. It doesn't require any opening environment. It just require a web browser control. It provides great support for Excel export in Excel, and which is not provided by the Crystal Report services. And this is very easy to build and easy to export. Now there is one disadvantage that it is not well suited for large reporting. As the report size increases, its stability got decreases, as we have to write HTML tags at runtime using loops and other control statement. But there is one thing, we have an option for this. We can improve this using HTML default support provided by .NET. I would explain you how this is possible. But one thing you have to keep in mind that this reporting services are mostly you must prefer in the areas when you have to create small reports, not very large reports. Small report means report around of 30 pages and containing not more than 12 columns. But if you are having the reports with much large size, you could go for a dataset. Because dataset in .NET support and feature that they could export their data to XML and HTML format. The format in which they are exported is very typical format, that it contains a plain HTML table, row and column arranged in it, but it would be very easy and fast to use this. With this reporting services, you could create your own reporting environment, and that would be light for your software setup, as it doesn't need any crystal report setup to be attached with your software. Thank you. I think today's lecture have cleared you about this runtime reporting. Thank you.